Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to The It Factor, blessing the airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. It is the 10th of December, 2017. We're about 2 weeks away from Christmas, and guess what? We're back. And it's week 14 of the NFL. How's everybody doing out there? I definitely missed you. We took last week off, had to do a little quality time with the bride up in New York City, but I'm back and I'm in action and I'm ready to roll. I know that the Dream and Dr. Dan, I know Dr. Dan's been working his tail off, so hey, listen, brother. I hope you're listening out there and making some money all at the same time. And the Dream is on vacation, so he'll be back shortly. And we'll probably be back together next week, rocking and rolling. But you know what? Hey, I missed you guys, and I'm happy to be back. And I got a lot of stuff on my brain today. And just clicking through social media and Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the whole package, SBTV Nation. My man, Sir Mata, good morning to you. How you doing, brother? I see a bunch of other people on here. I'm already communicating with Mr. Direct Sports Solutions. How's it going, player? Hope all is well. All right. So, guys, I want to get into a few things real quick. How much does everybody miss college football already? Because I'll tell you right now, bro, I was murdering college football. I mean, I'm looking forward to and getting involved in bowl season. But, you know, the Army-Navy game was... I mean, it was in the snow, whatever. You know, at the end of the day, bowl season starts next week. So I'm looking forward to getting down with collegiate football. And you know what? Hey, collegiate basketball has been flying high, and I'm sure you guys are doing pretty well. It's been an amazing run for me. I have been just unstoppable, with the exception of last night as Arizona lost the first half. And that's kind of how I ended my night. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. You can't win them all. If I won them all, I would not be here, to be honest with you. I'd be up on my own island, chilling, and all the books would be bankrupt. That's how it would be. And that's real talk for you. So good morning to everybody. Let's see who else is on here joining the team here. We got CreativeBully.media. What's up? Mario Martinez, my Costa Rica connection, is on the line. Good morning to you, brother. I hope all is well. So, guys, I want to talk real quick with you about a couple of things that are on my brain before we get into the full NFL card, because there's a lot of games, and if you are a home team underdog player, you are foaming at the mouth this morning because there is a lot of home team underdogs today. All right, so the first thing on my brain is I'd like to discuss Bitcoin with you. I'm sure you've heard of it. This is a digital currency that came out a couple years back. A couple people have actually invested in it and made millions and billions of dollars already. But I just want to kind of give you an idea of, you know, what it is. I've been dabbling in it quite a bit, and I use it to liquidate my books and to fund my books, because, you know, I play on several different sports books. So basically what I'm getting at is that if your time is valuable, okay, and if you don't feel like going to MoneyGram, Western Union to get your payouts and having to do 10 different payouts if you nail them for $5,000, Bitcoin's the way to go, man. Because what you do is basically you link it to your bank account. Okay, so, you know, I like to have a personal bank account just strictly for that. You know, I'm a recreational player. So what you do is you link it directly to your bank account. It takes about anywhere from 7 to 10 days to actually link the Bitcoin with your bank account. But then what you could do is you could fund your Bitcoin wallet. Then what you do is basically fund your books with the Bitcoin. And then when you want to pay out, guys, it's like I had one book pay me in 4 hours. Like I literally requested a payout, and it wasn't a small chunk of change either. It was pretty decent amount. 4 hours, I got paid. It was sick. My Bitcoin wallet was already funded. So looking at that, and you know what? They could do large amounts. You know, you could do like up to 10 grand. The downside to it, I could tell you, is that if the market fluctuates, so basically what you are is, let's say you buy $1,000 in Bitcoin, you are actually vulnerable to the market at that point. So if it's in your Bitcoin wallet, if it drops 5% on 1,000, you're losing $50 while it's in your wallet. But if it gains that percentile, you're going to gain $50. So it's kind of cool. I don't keep my money in the Bitcoin wallet because I don't play stocks. I rather play with my abilities to make money. I don't like to rely on the markets, but I can tell you that one time, hemp coin, Sermata, that's funny, man. I can tell you this though. I did have one circumstance where I unloaded one of the books and I lost $300 in like an hour on Bitcoin. It was crazy. You know, it's the cost of doing business. By the time I did MoneyGram payouts and Western Union payouts and ran back and forth to the places and all that, it probably would have been the same amount. So, you know what? It basically saved me a bunch of time. But, hey, listen. At the end of the day, my time is valuable. The last thing I want to be doing is running and getting $700 payments at a time. That's just asinine at this point. So, listen, I feel that the digital currency is the way to go, especially if you're playing on a lot of books. So, listen, there's Litecoin, there's Ethereum, there's all these different ones that are coming out, all these cryptocurrencies. And there's actually a Bitcoin Cash, which actually allows for larger amounts of withdrawals, deposits, and all that. So, listen, hey, been doing this a long time, guys. Been at this for 20 years. This is a game changer. It's an absolute game changer. Because you know what, too? On another thing, listen, if you're one of those people that are constantly depositing, which I pray you're not, you're eventually going to get blocked from MoneyGram and Western Union. You're going to get blocked, period. Because what's going to happen is they're going to say, why are you sending it to Juan in Nicaragua? And then the next week you're sending it to Maria in the Philippines. And then you're sending it to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not stupid. At some point they're gonna clip you. So listen, I'm all about the Bitcoin right now, man. So get on it. And if you're a Bitcoin investor, if you invested like 2-3 years ago, you're literally a multi-millionaire. There was one guy that put $110 on it or something like that, and he bought, like a couple months ago, he bought a Lamborghini with his Bitcoin investment. So with $100, guys, sick. Absolutely sick. So on another note here, I know that, we get a lot of people on the West Coast here. Your boy is coming to Las Vegas. I'm actually going to Las Vegas after Christmas. I think I'm going to go around the Wednesday after. And I'm going to spend a few days there, and I'm going to come home on New Year's Day. So what that's going to do is that's going to allow me to murder some bowl games. It's going to allow me to have New Year's Eve in Las Vegas, which I'm pretty excited about. I think I'm going to go see Calvin Harris at Omnia. Tickets are a couple $100, and you get a $100 drink ticket. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But I tried to get a reservation at STK for New Year's Eve, and it's already booked. So if anybody's got any kind of pull out there whatsoever that can get me into STK for dinner on New Year's Eve, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to have to reach out to the Queen of Odds and see what she could do for me. So good morning to everybody. Vegas girl, yes, it is good to be back. So thank you very much. Pop Potcoin. Oh, well, listen, I didn't forget that when I go to Las Vegas that the dispensaries are open to the public. I didn't forget about that. So your boy's going to be dabbling in quite a bit of selections of edibles. I'm not afraid to say it. It's my podcast. I don't give a shit. It is what it is. That's what I'm doing. So, winning picks. What's up, man? Where's my photos of all the beautiful ladies that you send me all the time? Having a good time with you guys. Listen, hey, my boys will be back. Don't worry about it. They'll be back. Dream will be back next week. So we're going to get right into it right now, man. Let's go to the NFL. Week 14. I see a bunch of spots here, guys. Now, I got to be honest with you, man. I've been like, it's been great. It's been a great run. And I'm trying not to do as many plays as in the NFL. I can tell you that the home team underdog on prime time last Sunday was the Seattle Seahawks, and they murdered the Eagles. Maybe the young quarterbacks need a little bit more maturing in order to win these big games. But let's get right into it, man. We got the Colts and the Bills directly at 1 o'clock. We got the Bills minus 3.5, under over of 38. Jacoby Brissett at the helm as the leading passer, obviously, out of these two quarterbacks being Tyrod Taylor and Jacoby Brissett. Now, when you take a look at this and you pull it all the way down, the Bills are still in it for a wild card, believe it or not, guys. Do I think they'll do anything? Absolutely not. But, I mean, listen, this team has to win each and every week. Now, I mean, take a look at the Indianapolis Colts. Not horrible. They're not like the Giants, the Niners, the Browns. This is not a horrible team. And Jacoby Brissett is a Super Bowl champion, just so you know. In case you forgot. The guy is, even though he's a backup quarterback, still got a ring. Just saying. So when you take a look at this matchup here, I'm just pulling it down now. The one Achilles heel for the Buffalo Bills is the fact that they can't pass. They suck. Quarterback play sucks. But the good news for them is that they got to face one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. The Colts give up 283 yards per game. So that's going to balance that part out a little bit. Now, you get a cold Buffalo, New York, that is. You get a Colt team that gives up almost 28 points a game. You got a Buffalo defense that has been exposed, especially by the Saints. The Saints murdered them. Oh, my God. But at the end of the day, do you give me the Bills, a potential wild card team, minus 3.5 at home? I may flip that point spread around, and I think I'm going to get the Bills plus 3.5 on a teaser. I think that's the definite way to go. Total is 38.5. I have no interest in the total. I do think there will be some decent scoring, believe it or not, and this game could go over the 38.5. You know, maybe like a 24-17 or 21-17 or something like that. Well, that would put it under. Duh. But I think 24-17, something along those lines. I think the Colts will put up a few points. But I think at the end of the day, the Bills run away with this game. But to be safe, you get the Bills plus 3.5. I think you can't lose with that play. Next game on the ticket, we got the 3-9 Bears, who are 1-4 away, versus the 5-7 Cincinnati Bengals. What a heartbreaker this. Oh my God, this team. Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket. Jordan Howard for Chicago is having a pretty decent year, man. I mean, he will go over 1,000 yards. I'm going to pull this up, the comparison here, just to have a conversation with you, but I'd like to switch up my music here for 1 second while I do that, so bear with me, guys. All right, so pulling this up. Where is this game, damn it? Nasty game. Cincinnati, Chicago. Here we go. So the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, does have 20 touchdowns but 8 interceptions. I believe they're going to get rid of their coach this year, man. Lewis got to go. Trubisky, not the best in the world. He only completes about 54% of his passes, which kind of sucks. When you take a look at this, against the spread, These teams are pretty much even. Last time they played each other, it's been a few years. It's been 4 years to be exact, so totally different teams at this point. Passing yards per game, they both, Chicago only averages 177 yards through the air per game. But you know what? Howard's been a bright spot as far as running the ball. This could be kind of like a little bit of a ground and pound, but the thing is that you got A.J. Green catching a ton of balls. So, if you're thinking about doing an under, maybe a team total with the Chicago Bears, but I'm not going to get involved in it. I don't love the play. Chicago Bears are only averaging 16 points a game. It sucks. And Cincinnati's defense, guys, they're not horrible. I mean, they give up less than 20 points a game. Taking a look at their body of work here, I mean, nothing impressive. I mean, Cincinnati beat up on Cleveland a couple of times. They beat the Colts. They did win at Denver, so I guess that's a little bit okay, but Denver sucks this year. Pulling this up, I don't... See, when you come off such a horrible loss the other night, what's your psyche like being the Cincinnati Bengals? How do you feel? They're trying to climb back in the postseason picture. They still do have a chance. I mean, I think they would have to basically win out here. I think they licked their wounds. I think they put their helmets back on and say, you know what, let's go out there and beat the Bills. Let's put this one on ice, but there's a very good chance that the Cincinnati Bengals will win this game. Winning picks telling me to check my DM for your home dog pick of the week. Michael Mosca, good morning to you. And guys, listen, fantasy football contest. I posted it. It's on our Twitter wall. Jump in. $10. Top 2 get paid. And I've been on a losing skid with that. I'm kind of pissed at myself. So you know what? It's all good, because I'm going to take your money this week. SBTV Nation on DraftKings. We have the fantasy football contest posted, and looking forward to rocking and rolling with that. That's a lot of fun, man. Refreshing your phone every 2 minutes. We already got 4 players, so we need 8 more. That's all we need, guys. Next game on the ticket is very interesting. You got the winless Browns versus a team that does not have their superstar quarterback, being Aaron Rodgers, and the Green Bay Packers. Now, Aaron Rodgers kind of throwing the ball a little bit. They're trying to make a little push here. This is a winnable game for the Packers. It is. You're facing a team that has no wins. I feel so bad for Kaiser. I really do. I think the kid's good, but he just has no talent around him whatsoever. You got Green Bay -3, under over 38. I don't see any kind of inclement weather to worry about in this game. You know what, guys? Honestly, this game can go either way. I hate to say it. Listen, that's a 0-12 team only getting 3 points. Typically, I mean, you put Aaron Rodgers in there, what are you at, 9-10? Hundley's not been bad. Hundley actually showed me a lot in Pittsburgh. But Kaiser, 15 interceptions to 6 touchdowns. Guys, I got to throw this game out the window. I don't like it at all. This is going to be one. You could be sitting there biting your nails at the end of this game with the Browns trying to get their one win of the year. They could win this game and still have the number 1 pick, considering the fact that the Giants and the Niners have both won a couple more games. So, when you take a look at it here, obviously, Green Bay Packers just beat Tampa Bay, and they could have knocked off Pittsburgh as a double-digit underdog. They're trying to climb back into the wild card spot. They're going to get Aaron Rodgers back, maybe the last couple games. If they go out and win this game and they're 7-6, we have 3 games left. Will Aaron Rodgers be back for the last 3. If he is, hey, you got a team here that can get into a wild card. I don't like the game. I'm going to stay away from it. Good luck to everybody that's getting involved in it, but for me, no way. Next one on the ticket, we've got a division that, dude, you have a 3-way tie now with the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Rivers for San Diego. Unbelievable how the Chiefs have fell off. I think they've lost like 6 out of 7, something stupid. Andy Reid has got a problem on his hands over there. I don't know if you could fix this mess, to be honest with you. The Chiefs have to win today. Guys, the Chiefs have to win. No matter what. I don't care what it takes. The Chiefs have to win, especially getting embarrassed by the New York Jets. You know what? I think the bleeding stops, and I think the Chiefs get the job done. I got to go Chiefs here. Chiefs are minus 4.5, under over 48.5. I will not lay that number. I'm going to try to invert this and get the Chiefs plus 3 or plus 3.5. I'm going to try to get a teaser situation where ties don't lose. But listen, I have been super impressed with Alex Smith this year. You know what? I mean, he went on a run where, I don't know, however many games with no interceptions. I mean, the guy was just fantastic. He has 4 interceptions now. He's actually thrown a couple of picks in the last few weeks. But this guy's got 3,239 yards. Guys, I'm sorry. That's impressive. Okay? You get the roar of the crowd. The Chiefs got to be in panic mode here. They got to get in the locker room, round the troops, and say, listen, UMF's got to win today. You got to lay it all out there today, okay? Because you know what? If you lose this division based on how you started, you're dead. It's insane. I got to go Chiefs, guys. I'm going to go Chiefs in a teaser situation. I'm going to do my best to get that in a plus 3.5 situation, because you know what? Every time they play each other, I mean, you had a 1-point game in the last affair. I don't want to get bit. I'm going to go plus 3.5 on the Chiefs somehow. Probably get an 8-point teaser going. You're going to have to play on one of those books that has, you know, the exotic teasers. That's where I'm at with that game. So far, Bills, Chiefs. Trying to figure it out how I'm going to mix and match those two and get points on both. All right? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know if you're feeling these plays. But I'm trying to be very selective and careful with these today. And I think I've got some spots. Next one on the ticket, we've got the Dallas Cowboys without Ezekiel Elliott versus the 2-10 Giants. Dallas minus 3.5. Under over of 41.5. You know what? That Dallas offensive line showed who they are last week and got the job done versus kissing Cousins. You got all this turmoil. McAdoo is out. Spagnuolo is in as head coach, interim head coach here for the New York Football Giants. Elijah Manning sat last week, and it was beautiful because we were able to pound the Raiders last week versus Geno Smith. Me and my boy did, as a matter of fact. I did not put that on Twitter. I should have. But that was my play. I was in New York and all banged up. Oh, my God. Guys, I went and saw Armin van Buren in New York City on Friday night. It took me almost a week to recover from that. No BS. Crazy. Partied my ass off. So it was hard for me to jump on Twitter, jump on the show, do all that. I knew I was going to get banged up. But anyway, get back to this game. NFC East, Dallas minus 3.5, under over 41. Elijah Manning at the helm again. Resurrected. Home team underdog. Plus 3.5. Teaser. Giants plus 10.5. Probably not the worst bet in the world. Do I love the game? No. Am I going to get down with it? Probably not. Oh, Dallas won 19-3 in week 1. You remember that. But they were at full strength in Jerry's world. I think the tide changes a little bit. I think this game will be close. I really do. I think you're going to see, let's just pull these up here real quick. I mean, both of these offenses, Dallas putting up almost 24 points a game, which is surprising, where the Giants are only 15.8. I think you're going to see more of the ground and pound type thing with Dallas Cowboys trying to control the game, trying to manage the clock. Then you got the New York Football Giants that decimated with injuries. Oh, it's going to be a tough one. I would not be surprised if this was a low-scoring affair, just like the first game when there was only 22 points scored. When you pull this up here and you got a 41.5 number, if you pick that up to like 48, that might be the move. I don't love the game at all, so I think I'm going to stay away from it. But, NFC East matchup here. Are the Giants going to play for Spags? Who knows? I think they're happy that McAdoo is gone. I can't do it. I'm going to stay away. Next one on the ticket, we got the Detroit Lions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers 4-8, but they are 3-2 at home, guys. They do win games at home. Versus Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions, who are 6-6, and they too are in the hunt for a wild card. So, taking a look at this game, I mean, these two teams know each other so well. Actually, what am I talking about? They haven't played since 2014. Let me take that back. Pulling this up here, points per game. Detroit puts up a lot of points per game, guys. They put up 26 points a game. They're going to be on grass today, though. They're a dome team. I don't know, man. 2 games out of the wild card. The Lions must end this 2-game losing streak. I got to pass on this game, guys. I'm sorry. Listen. I know you guys want to bet every game, some of you. That's not me. And if you're doing that, you're losing. And you are the one that's at Western Union every week, depositing money. So stop. Pick the best games, bet those, and sit back and enjoy. Next one on the ticket, we got the 10-2 Vikings at the 8-4 Carolina Panthers. I got a chance to look at Carolina a couple weeks ago live at Jet Stadium. The team, offensively, they're pretty good. I feel that they got a lot of ways to beat you. And, at the end of the day, you got the read option with Cam Newton. I mean, this guy's awesome. Last time they played each other was in September last year, where the Vikings won 22-10 in Carolina. They're playing in Carolina again. Carolina defense, not the worst in the world. Minnesota only gives up 17 points per game. Both teams average about 22 to 23 points per game offensively. Rushing yards, very similar. Passing yards, Carolina's a little bit south of Minnesota with Case Keenum at the helm, who's been outstanding. Pulling this up, Carolina is a home team dog. How you guys feel about that? Me? Kind of digging it. I think they're going to win the game. I really do. I like Carolina Panthers today to win this game. Am I comfortable with getting 2.5? You know damn well that's the not the move to do. So if you're smart, you get that to plus 3.5. Because if they lose by a field goal in overtime, you win the game because you're getting a half point. So if I manipulate that and if I buy a point, I'm probably going to be at like a minus 130 on the juice. But I think that works because if I pair that with my other games, I'm in great shape. I'm in absolutely great shape. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go with Carolina Panthers plus 3.5 in this game. You know what? Call me crazy for betting against the Minnesota Vikings, but guys, I'm sorry, but they're good, but I'm not 100% sold on the Minnesota Vikings yet. I'm really not. Carolina Panthers win today. That's where I'm at. Nuts. Stupid. Whatever. I'm going to hear 100,000 comments. But I love you guys. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm open to your comments, but I'm not going to change my play. Next one on the ticket, we got the 49ers and the Houston Texans. Houston minus 2.5, under over a 45. Jimmy Garoppolo at the helm for the Niners. Had a pretty decent game last week. I know that was very low scoring, but the guy looked like a kind of like a downgraded version of Alex Smith. He did throw one pick, but it was basically, it wasn't really his fault. The ball basically got taken out of the other receiver's hands. You know what? When you look at this here, Lamar Miller on the ground, the Houston Texans, I'm going to tell you what. If Watson was there, this team's a contender. Watson's gone, though. I just wish Tom Savage wouldn't make as many mistakes as he does. He throws stupid. He makes such stupid decisions. Tom Savage, I think this kid's not bad. I just think he needs guidance, and I just don't think he has it over there. But I could tell you this much. I have seen what Wade Phillips has been dialing up on this defense for the Houston Texans. And I've been seeing what he's been doing with Clowney. Now, Clowney is a defensive end. He plays middle linebacker. He plays outside linebacker. And what he's doing is the things that he does with Clowney are awesome. I mean, fantastic. He lines up Clowney like in all different situations. In stunts. If you don't know what a stunt is, basically you're lined up in one gap trying to penetrate and get to the quarterback, but he'll run into the other gap as soon as the ball snapped. But Clowney's been shooting. I mean, Clowney's insane. And he's not that. It's not like he's like muscularly stacked. He's not. He's just a strong super athlete. I think Clowney gives Garoppolo fits today. I actually love the Houston Texans. I love them in this spot. You know what? Call me out of my skull. Houston Texans are going to win this game. You know what? I'm all over it. Houston Texans today, baby. They're going to win this game. Okay? I like the Houston Texans more than the Panthers. I like the Houston Texans more than the Bills. I like the Houston Texans more than the Chiefs. Houston Texans are going to win today. It's minus 2.5. It's perfect. You can lay it at 2.5. I think they win by 7 to 10 points. Houston Texans all day. All day. Jimmy Garoppolo gets beat today. Next one on the ticket, we got the Jets and the Broncos. It's going to be an ugly game. Jets are, oh my God, are the Jets really favored today? With Josh McCown? Unbelievable. Wow. That is just nuts. Taking a look at it here, I don't think the Jets have any business being favored in this game whatsoever. Guys, what am I missing? Is this insanity or what? Probably a low-scoring game, probably an ugly game, probably a field goal first score is ideal in this one. I think that's the best play in this game. 3-9 Broncos suck. I get it. The Jets have a better record, but the Jets have no business, especially in Mile High, especially in that altitude. Josh McCown, there's no way. I think the Broncos win here. They're a home team underdog. I'm not betting the game. If I was to bet the game, it'd be a field goal to be the first score. I'm going to stay away from it because I love the Texans so much. Next one on the ticket, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Arizona Cardinals. And my man, who is it? Winning Picks, who just sent me another beautiful photo. Thank you very much. Love the pictures. Love the size of that one. He likes Arizona today. Arizona is getting 2.5 from the Tennessee Titans. Oh, dude, this is an ugly game, brother. I don't know. Listen, Tennessee's 8-4. Don't ask me how. I don't understand this whatsoever. But, you know, when I take a look at this game and you got the 5-7 Cardinals, who I know this, they are still alive. It's insane to say. I have no play on this game whatsoever. You know what? If the Arizona Cardinals hit, thank my man Winning Picks on Twitter. At Noweski Robert. Good for you, man. Good luck. Best of luck to you. But I'm not getting involved. Next one on the ticket, we got the 6-6 Chargers, who have been fire with Phillip Rivers, versus the 5-7 Washington Redskins. At 4 o'clock, we got the Chargers -6 We got an under over 46.5. Phillip Rivers having a pretty decent year, man. I mean, this is a team that people are starting to fear a little bit. I'm not one of them, sorry. But both quarterbacks have 21 touchdowns on the year, being Kissing Cousins and Phillip Rivers. Head-to-head, they haven't played each other since 2013. Passing yards per game, they're both putting up in the 270s. Passing yards allowed, both of them, secondaries aren't horrible. They're only giving up low 200s as far as the passing yards allowed per game. The rushing yards, though, on the ground, guys, these are two of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL. So what that means is, if both teams have success running the ball, you may not see all these fireworks with the quarterback position. If you're seeing 3 and 4 yard gains with these running backs, think about it. And they're getting first downs, and it's working. You know what? Maybe you get involved with like a first half under. Maybe something along those lines. Because I'm seeing a 46.5, so it's going to give us like 24s in the first half, something along those lines, maybe 23. Maybe a first quarter under. I'm hoping that, this starts off with more of a running situation here. I could be wrong. Could be, 27-10 at the half. I don't know. But that's something I'm taking a look at. So, that's where I'm at, guys. Don't forget, we've got our fantasy football contest up and running right now. The link is up on Twitter. So we're getting ready. And let me just see what we got as far as players so far. Pulling it up. We need more. Let's go. Join our fantasy football contest. What's up to Shy Picks out there all the way in Chicago, the Windy City? Don't think the Bears are going to win today, buddy. All right, game of the day. 10-2 Eagles. 9-3 Rams. Rams -1. This flip-flopped. Eagles were -1 yesterday, so this changed. We no longer have a home team underdog here. Under over 47.5. Goff versus Wentz. Two outstanding quarterbacks. Two quarterbacks that have lived up to the hype. Two quarterbacks that have changed their franchises around. I mean, Blunt versus Gurley. Sammy Watkins at the helm. Robert Woods has been good. Guys, this game, I can't wait for. Now, I could tell you this much, that you've got some pretty decent defenses here. So, you know what? A lot of the rookie play, a lot of the rookie instincts would tell you to just bet the over in this game. I say not so fast. Because both defenses are good. Listen, both offenses are averaging, they're dead even, 30.1 points per game. But the defenses only allow about 18 points a game. Total seems a little high to me. Call me nuts. This is just like the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints on Thursday night. A lot of over bets came in. Look what happened. Both teams try to manage the clock. That's what happens. They run the ball, run, pass, run, pass, run, play action, run. You might see the same thing here. Don't be surprised if this is not fireworks. Okay? I'm going to be strapped in. I'm going to be watching this game front to back. I'm very interested in looking at these two teams. Both of these teams do have a pretty good shot of winning the NFC, and you could possibly see one of these two teams in February. Personally, I like a team that has more experience to go all the way. I think I wouldn't be surprised. I know they lost the other night, but I still think the New Orleans Saints are really, really good. I don't have an opinion on this. This is more of a don't play it, just watch it affair. And you know what, guys? I can't watch a game without having money on it. It's possible. Next one on the ticket, we got the Seahawks versus the Jags. And this looks like a very nasty game to me. You got the Jags -2.5, under over a 40.5. Russell Wilson versus Blake Bortles. 40 degrees in Jacksonville, which seems kind of cold for out there. I don't live in Florida, but, 40 degrees, everybody flocks to Florida for the warm weather. Well, 40 degrees ain't warm to me. Taking a look at these two teams' passing yards per game. The Jags, I don't know how they're doing this, man. Listen, Blake has only got 215 yards per game. And believe it or not, Russell Wilson's having a pretty decent year. 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 62.4% completion percentage. I do like a field goal to be scored first in this game. You're probably going to get that at plus money, probably somewhere along the lines of like a plus 125. I think that's the play here. If I was to bet this game, a light play, stupid light. But I don't have a side. I don't like it. You know how the Seattle Seahawks, believe it or not, though, they're 4-2 away. So that's surprising. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. Taking a look at this. Field goal first. If you have to play the game, that's where I'd be with this one. Then you go to the biggest rivalry, I feel, in the NFL to date. I don't think that there's any other rivalry here, with the exception of some of the NFC East matchups. But I think this is the biggest rivalry in sports. I don't want to say sports, but NFL, because collegiate football has those massive rivalries. You got the 7-5 Ravens with Flacco versus the 10-2 Steelers with Ben Roethlisberger at the helm. Pittsburgh minus 4.5, under over 43.5. Make no mistake about it. Pittsburgh Steelers are clearly the better team. Pittsburgh Steelers are doing their best to keep. They want home field advantage for that Patriots matchup if they play them in the AFC title game. Pittsburgh has to win. Pittsburgh loves this matchup, especially you get this on primetime in Heinz Field. Guess what, guys? I don't see the Steelers losing here. I think they took the Green Bay Packers somewhat lightly, and I think the Steelers roll, man. I really do. Pittsburgh Steelers, if you want to get down with a teaser, plus 3.5, you could do that, But I'm looking at this game, and I feel real comfortable with the Steelers today. Even a money line parlay, you get them in Kansas City or them in Houston, you're golden. Pittsburgh Steelers get the job done, and I like that play. All right, guys. It looks like I looked at this card, and I got to be honest, I thought it was nasty. But now I'm looking at it, and I'm kind of amped about it. All right, and you're gonna think I'm nuts, but I'm just gonna go right down, tell you what my plays are. You do whatever you want. I'm not a handicapper. Listen, whatever. Think my plays are great. Think my plays stink. I really don't care. But I do care about having you follow me, and I appreciate it very much. So we're going down the card. I'm going to recap where I'm at today. I like the Buffalo Bills in a teaser situation. If you could pull that line around, flip it around, and get them plus 3.5, I think they're good. I think if they lose the game, it'll only be by 3. But I think they will win. We're going Buffalo Bills here. We're going down. We have an absolute must-win game, totally must-win game for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs beat the Raiders. I know the Raiders are getting Crabtree back, but I think the Chiefs are the play today. I think they're going to play 4 quarters of football and win this game. Slightly interested in the Carolina Panthers. Don't love it. I think they will win their game. I think you buy a point, get them plus 3.5. I think that's a pretty decent play. But my play of the day, the Hatter selection, the super play, is the Houston Texans. I know I don't mess with bad teams normally. They're 500 team at home. The Niners are 1-5 away. I'm getting the Houston Texans minus 2.5. Book it, plan your vacation with that money. Houston Texans are going to roll today. And last but not least, we like the Pittsburgh Steelers on a money line. Don't like the 4.5 whatsoever because that could probably be a 3-point game. Get it under 3. Take a money line. Take teaser. Pittsburgh Steelers all day. So, guys, that's going to do it for us. Next week, we'll be back. We will most likely have the Dream with us, and we'll be rocking. We love you to death. Enjoy your football Sunday. Go easy. but get that money. Let's go.